Hello everyone and welcome to Karnataka Muslims. Today we have with us Professor Muhammad Azam Shahid, who is an accomplished poet, a writer and a columnist for Urdu newspapers. As November is the birth month of Tipu Sultan, who was a freedom fighter, we are going to talk to Professor Azam Shahid on the historical aspects of Tipu Sultan and also try to decode the controversy surrounding him. Welcome to the interview, sir.
Thank you.
So, in a nutshell, how do we categorize the era of Tipu Sultan?
To begin with, I could say that Tipu Sultan was ahead of his times. Just like a few rulers who were pro-people and pro-development, they were ahead of their times, just like Napoleon Bonaparte and so many others in the Western world also. Tipu Sultan was a very subject-loving, caring, and also had the vision for the development right from the grassroots to the upper levels. And in true sense, he was a secular monarch, I can say. He never assumed himself to be a monarch who can exercise his sovereignty or the power, but he presumed himself, declared himself that he is a servant of the people. And he had defined his empire dynasty as Sultanate Khudadat. That is God-given dynasty, God-given responsibility for him to rule with the principle of the justice, piety, and also what we call the benevolence and also tolerance. So he was ahead of his times, and just because that by faith he was a devout and practicing Muslim, many conspiracies were hatched against his glory, especially by few of the British historians. They were very much prejudiced, biased with the vigor, valor, and also the vision of the Tipu Sultan. And in India also, many right-wing people, they were very much influenced by the RSS and all that. They want to tarnish his image. The main reason what you could perceive is Tipu Sultan is loved by all the peace-loving people, those who believe in the objectivity of history, but especially the Muslims in Karnataka have a special respect for him, regard for him, because he was a pious Muslim too. In order to play with the emotions of the Muslims of Karnataka and also Muslims living in the subcontinent, a conspiracy is being hatched to present him in a very bad picture, bad image, saying that he was the enemy of the Hindus, he was against the language Kannada, he was against the concept of tolerance and all that. Because those who read the history, those who try to explore the historical facts of Tipu Sultan, they know that Tipu Sultan, who was a pious Muslim, equally at time, he was also a devout king, ruler, who used to encourage all the festivities of the different people following different faiths. His daily visit to Ranganatha Swami temple at Sringapatna is a well-known fact. He donated many donations to the deity Shardamba, which is there in Sringeri in Chikmagalur district, and also Nanjunda Sami temple in Chamarajnagar district of Nanjangud. Likewise, his image was with a conspiracy designed to tarnish the historicity and to present him as a very cruel king. This is only, I could say, to play with the emotions of the Muslims living in this country. I could understand that.
When we set to learn about Tipu Sultan, to learn what the history is, the history that we see is not clear. What is portrayed about him is not clear. It's always in bits and pieces. How do you see this? What is the reason for this?
You see, we are the nation where we have both the types of the people. Those who believe in the real history, objective history, and those who believe in the concocted history. The history created to tarnish the image of the rulers like Tipu Sultan. I could tell you, in India, we have many enlightened historians who have written the fact-based history about Tipu Sultan, which presents him as the monarch ahead of his times. His reforms in the field of agriculture, commerce, and foreign relations, and also foreign trade, and also promoting the religious harmony. All these are exemplary. This has been recorded by few historians who believe in the objectivity. In the same time, those who are right-wing historians, they believe in the hidden agenda of RSS. They have created a history based on the myths and also the, what you can say, the conspirated informations. Several books have been written in Karnataka, in Kannada, against Tipu Sultan. In different parts of the country also they have been written. But I could tell you, in Karnataka, we had a historian of global eminence by name Professor B. Sheikh Ali, who was authority on Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan. He has written many books on the diplomacy and also the reforms of Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali. Meantime, he was also editor of many commemorative volumes on the works and the life of Tipu Sultan. I could give few examples. For example, in the year 1992, with the collaboration of the Bangalore University and the Indian Council of Historical Research, a national seminar was held at Bangalore to commemorate the 200 years of martyrdom of Tipu Sultan. The papers presented in the seminar are abridged and also edited by Professor Sheikh Ali. They are being published by Bangalore University in a commemorative volume called Tipu Sultan, a Great Martyr. Likewise, in the Mysore University also, there was a seminar dedicated to Tipu Sultan, wherein the people from different parts of the country and also the world have participated. Likewise, the government of Karnataka, with its department called Gazetteer Department, they thought of having a commemorative volume on Tipu Sultan contributions, his reforms, his era, his period. Henceforth, the responsibility was again assigned to Professor B. Sheikh Ali. He came out with a volume, Tipu Sultan, a crusader of change. But you see, it was published during BJP's rule in Karnataka. That time it carried the message appreciating the personality and the rule of the Tipu Sultan by the then Chief Minister of Karnataka by name Jagdish Shettar, and also the Minister of Kannada and Culture, name of the minister is Govind Karjol. Later those two pages were torn off, and again the book was re-released during the Congress regime when Siddaramaiah became the Chief Minister. The entire book is the pictorial presentation of the historical facts. The title of the book is Tipu Sultan, Crusader of Change. The government of Karnataka, they themselves have commissioned the volume, and the Congress government appreciated it. BJP people discarded it, and I would just want to, for your viewers, want to show this book, Tipu Sultan. This is a part of the 400 titles published by Amar Chitra Katha. This has got several categories. I mean to say, the visionaries, and we can say the enlightened rulers, the modern classics of India. But this book is published in the category brave hearts, those who were brave and also subject living. This book, it is completely in the form of cartoons. It begins with the news of birth of Tipu Sultan given to his father Hyder Ali at Devanhalli, and it ends on May 4th, 1799, the martyrdom of Tipu Sultan. The entire script is written by Subba Rao. The graphics are being done by another gentleman who was famous in his field by name G.R. Nayak, and this book is edited by Anantapai. Those who read the Tinkle and also in the contemporary Indian children literature, Amar Chitra Katha is a very popular series. It was started in the year 1967. Till this day, 400 titles are available. Now, this is the series on Tipu Sultan. This says that what is the glory of the Tipu Sultan. The present generation can read this in a very simpler way. The historical glory of the Tipu Sultan is being presented. This book was first published in the year 1979, and this was reprinted in the year 2022 when the Tipu Sultan was made the center of all the controversies in Karnataka. Likewise, I just want to tell your viewers that in the year 1974, Government of India had brought out a commemorative stamp on Tipu Sultan in the year 1974. That stamp was also issued in the list, the Great Sons of India. When the Golden Jubilee was celebrated in Karnataka legislature in Karnataka, in Bangalore, the then President of India, Mr. Kovind, he has appreciated the contribution of the Tipu Sultan. And when APJ Abdul Kalam, when he was the defense scientific advisor to the Prime Minister of India, when he visited NASA in America, he saw the tribute paid to the Tipu Sultan as the father of modern rocketry. He was the king of his times, I can say, a king of the times ahead of his times. So those who are interested to know the real Tipu Sultan, they should read the information available on the internet or the books available online in our different libraries. We should differentiate the one who is writing the history. Is he the one who is prejudiced or biased with Tipu Sultan and Muslims at the same time?
So, as you said, it is there is a conspiracy being hatched to tarnish the image of Tipu Sultan. And it is coming from communal forces like RSS and political parties like BJP.
Yes.
Why do you think this is happening? You also mentioned that a BJP leader, Jagdish Shettar, who was the chief minister then, had written a preface to a book on Tipu Sultan, praising him. What is this hypocrisy of this political party?
Yeah. You have just raised a very pertinent question. To answer that, it starts from the concept of polarization of votes. Polarization of vote during elections on the basis of the caste, religion and all that. The entire franchise of India, the votes are being divided into Hindus and Muslims. They want to polarize the votes. They want to inculcate, they want to spread the rumors against Tipu Sultan, saying that he was the enemy of Hinduism, which is not correct. Because many people have said that he was the one who was loyal to all his subjects. I just want to show you a clip of a newspaper, Prajavani, in Kannada. It is a review written by a Kannada writer about the book written by Professor Nanjaraj Ars, who lives in Mysore. Professor Nanjaraj has written a book. What the question you posed, the answer to that is this book. The name of the book is Tipu Maniyate Sigda Sultan Andu Indu. Tipu Sultan was a king who was not recognized during his lifetime and afterwards. So it says in Kannada, Tipu Charitrika Chikitsaka in Nota. That means to say, the book dissects the history of Tipu Sultan in a very, very investigative way. That means to say that what all the allegations leveled against Tipu Sultan, they are out of focus, out of reality. They're all the hodgepodge cock and bull type of the stories. They just want to polarize the votes, saying that Tipu Sultan, you might be knowing that a few months back, there was a fresh controversy which was erupted in Karnataka, saying that Tipu Sultan was not martyred on the battlefield, but he was killed by two Vakkaligas by name Urigoda and Nanjagoda. That conspiracy was completely, it was diffused because of the intervention of the very enlightened Swamiji of Vakkaliga community, saying that till such time these facts are historically testified, this type of the rumors should be put to an end. They just want to create a new things. It may not be, premature to say now, but any possibility is there in the coming days. 10th November happens to be the birthday of Tipu Sultan. The vested interest, the communal interest, may be trying to find out new ways and means to tarnish again the image of Tipu Sultan. I can say this is nothing but politics being played with the glory of the Tipu Sultan.
A few years ago, Tipu Jayanti was celebrated. It was initiated by the Congress government to celebrate it officially. Mm-hmm. What are your comments on it? They've stopped now.
Congress government, when Sri Siddaramaiah was the chief minister, they thought that it is the fitting tribute to the great son of Karnataka, the great son of India, to celebrate his birthday as a Tipu Jayanti at the state level and also at every district level. They just thought of paying a tribute, but it was completely, portrayed as the vote appeasement exercise by the other opposition parties, most particularly by BJP. So a sort of violent tendencies were spread out throughout the Karnataka to make use of the opportunity to exploit the situation. BJP turned it to be a communal type of an affair. Now the Congress government, which has been re-elected to the power, they have not so far announced officially that they will be celebrating Tipu Jayanti in order to just maintain the communal peace, harmony in the state. But before that, some of the other people, they are emotionally commenting about the celebration of the Tipu Jayanti and all that. But so far, the state government has not announced that. And I feel personally, yes, this is a wise decision, because the true respect to the great soul, brave soul like Tipu Sultan is at least an iota of his principles to be inculcated in our life, most particularly in the contemporary disturbing situations in India now. His mechanism, his zest to maintain the communal harmony, that is to be practiced, not only by the commoners and also those who represent us in the parliament, assemblies and different elected bodies.
So for the youngsters who completely depend on social media for learning,
Yes.
learning of history, and they end up gaining wrong information,
Yeah, that's
what
true.
do you have to tell them?
I can just say that social media is today prevailing in the present times as an explosive. Many good things are there. There are also wrong things also. But most of the people who believe in social media, they are just like, I can say, they are the students of the WhatsApp university. They should at least have the tendency to differentiate. Same time, what I could say, like your channel, you should also project simultaneously. When others, in the name of the falsehood, they say that this is the history, the channels like of US Karnataka Muslims should come out with the objective history in order to nurture the tender minds of the youngsters. Youngsters should be very, very careful about these type of the things. They should not fall prey to the conspiracies of the vested interests or the communal interests.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for enlightening us on the historical aspects of Tipu Sultan and also the political aspects. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you.
We were speaking with Professor Mohammad Azam Shahid, who has special interest and has done research on the life of Tipu Sultan. He was shedding light on the historical aspects of Tipu Sultan and also decoded the controversy surrounding him. Thank you. This is Alia Amreen for Karnataka Muslims.